they wanted 30, but we only picked up 20. They are requesting to get some more soil, so we most likely will probably get that next week for them. And I believe Sarah is still on the lookout for the bill that comes in for that soil, so we can get that bill over to Como Manor and be paid.
Greg, I know this is going to sound like the dumbest question you've heard, but Commer Manor has a maintenance department, so why are we picking up the soil for them?
We went through this at the last meeting. They were requesting us to get it because we're getting it from College Park, and we tip leaves at College Park. They don't. So we get a cheaper
Oh, okay.
price.
Sorry, I forgot about that. I apologize.
We picked up the deer fence. The deer fence is in the shed. It's secure. We've been cleaning out the garden so that we can put the deer fence up. We're still working on that at the moment. That's pretty much it for the work.
And when are we picking up the soil for our garden?
Oh, we'll be picking up the soil for our garden. Probably, if not tomorrow, we'll definitely pick it up Friday morning. Tomorrow, I know we have Department of Corrections coming in, who's supposed to help us get some of that debris and stuff that we cut up to get that out of here. So most likely, probably either Thursday afternoon or either Friday morning, we'll pick up the soil and mulch.
Thank you all for cleaning out those trees in the garden for us. That was a tremendous task. That's the only way we could plant.
Right.
So that we could probably have a farmer's market one day. So thank you for
The code enforcement report is pretty.
One question. When can we expect the debris to be picked up off of Shepherd Street?
We'll be working on streets next week.
Thank you very much.
Before you go to the report, I was on 37th Place, and they complained about water coming from the hill and coming down and just settling in between their houses. I looked on the street and I didn't see a storm drain. So when you do your walking tour for the report in May, could you review all of the streets of Cottage City and see if there are storm drains on those streets? Because we can't have water collecting like that and damaging the property. And Ms. Lucretia had indicated that she had spoken with her commissioner about this before, but we really need to do something about that. And I can't believe that street didn't have a storm drain. So we need to check all of our streets throughout Cottage City and see what the problem is. And then I guess we have to contact Prince George's County. And I know Commissioner Hall used to do that sort of thing, but we'll have to see if they can come, if they're still doing storm drains.
To answer your question, Ms. Robinson, 37th Place and 37th Avenue, they actually ran cameras down. Okay, that was under my watch, and they did that in
what year was that? Excuse me.
Well, that was done in 2006 and 2007. And they did it because we have a storm drain that runs from the top of 37, from Parkwood, that runs down down Parkwood to 37th and down to Doolin Creek. And it runs under the property line of 3718. I'll be back up with you later.
Thank you.
All right, then let's.
Who runs the building?
Thank you very
Is
much.
the difference for you?
Thank you very much. All right, then let's go ahead and continue. The next item has to do with
code enforcement report. I did get to speak with Inspector Spence from the county. He actually came out and we stopped on property and doing some work, and we had a conversation about some things. So I do now have a contact with the county for the inspector. He is giving some information for the person who runs the property standards for this area, and Brenda Purvis is still the inspector for the businesses. So we do have the contacts that we need for the inspectors of the county.
something that you want to do.
Just leave it right there. Just
Thank
leave
you.
it on Just leave it on Commissioner. Okay.
Is that all we have for commissioners? Any commissioners, any questions? Thank you very much, appreciate it.
I'd like to ask about the water meter for the garden and
Miss Scott Hayes, you should be well aware. You know, again, I stated earlier, we're going to save the citizen comments towards the end of the meeting so we can get through this data. Is that all right with you?
No, I have a question there.
So let's get on the agenda.
It's on the agenda, Ms. Hayes.
I'm aware of that.
We're gonna
Except
cover it.
when normally, when somebody gets up and gives a report, you do ask if citizens have comments.
Well, and can I run the meeting, please? Listen, we've got to do this. I mean, this is a part of the meeting.
But you have to listen also.
And we're going to do that. And again, there's a time for that. And so can we
Excuse me, if I may, Commissioner, he's saying partially is right, but what they're trying to ask is when the individuals come up, and typically when we have the departments that come up and citizens have a question of a particular department, they answer them because those department heads usually leave before the end of the meeting, so they never really get a chance to address their questions directly. It's always been done that way, but if you choose to do it differently, that's fine.
It's the next item on the agenda.
But the problem is, I got to ask the police chief. I got to ask the police chief a question, but she can't talk to Public Works.
The number 5 on the agenda is the $330 for 6 months for the water meter. And we can't get it for a full year. He has to bring this meter. We have to pay for this meter, then it has to go back, and they bring it, and they'll give us another one. But we are going to get it for the entire year.
For Saturday?
Yes, we'll have it by Saturday. We can get it up on Friday.
6 months.
And just so everybody understands, if in fact you walked over and you got a copy of the agenda, if you turn to the back and you read number 19, that's for citizen comments. Anything else is an exception. You know what? You got a chance to ask a question and you weren't pressured and no one said you got it out. Good deal. You know what? We need to move on with this meeting, and we've got your way,
Exactly. Not our way.
exactly. Your way. Somebody has
No, you can't.
Why not?
Because you are crazy, lady.
listen,
That is
we're
a
not going to
very
have.
bad slander. And I'm going to tell you something. Well, Mr. Giffens was here. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say something.
For 25 years, I've listened to you guys just bicker every town meeting.
Oh, yeah.
And then you give us 2 minutes to talk.
Listen.
This gentleman right there, okay? When he had the chair, he let everybody talk.
Just be quiet. You don't listen to me.
All right, listen up. We're gonna follow the agenda. This is what it is. We're gonna follow the agenda. If you have a problem with that, then you got a problem. We are gonna follow the agenda. And this is the agenda. We're gonna follow the agenda. We're gonna follow the agenda. And you know what? If you got heartache, you're not gonna attack anybody up here or in the audience.
on the meter?
And
Okay, I can give
Mr.
you
Hall.
a good answer anybody wants to know.
Mr. Hart, well, you know what? Take it out then. We're gonna take care of this meeting. And you know what? Please abide by the rules. Let us do this. Let us do this. If in fact,
Uniform in public, at a public meeting.
What's with the
You're against the uniform justice. By wearing your uniform, you come to the table wearing a civilian uniform. You are not a military in a military here.
Chief, do we have any officers? We're gonna clear this building. Keep it up. We're gonna clear the building. You're not getting to come here. You do not come here.
Can you give us a minute? Typically, hold on, I'm gonna start, Mr. Hall. Typically, the format is that when the department head comes up, they typically ask, is there any questions, or the commission will ask, is there any questions of them, because typically they leave. So this is a different commission chair, so I can't really make him do that, but it is a courtesy that we do extend to our public, which makes sense. It's always made sense. However, I think it's to kind of quell the storm here, Commissioner Stiles, I think it would be in the best interest of everyone, if they have a question specific of the department, then you should allow them to ask.
Thank you.
All right, hold on. So I'm going to ask Commissioner Stiles if you would allow specific to the specific department, if they have any other questions. If not, then we can move on to the rest of the agenda, because we do need to approve it.
And that's right. And we're going to follow the agenda. We're going to follow the agenda. I'm running Styles. I'm running green.
You're running right.
All right.